Nasa linya po ngayon si Father Rani Aquino, ang Dean ng San Beda Graduate School of Law. Good morning po, Father Rani.
Good morning, Ted, my dear friend. Yes.
Kasama ko po ang aking dear partner si Chacha Gocha.
Yes po, Father Rani,
Good morning.
Good morning po. Maraming salamat po
Good morning, Chacha.
sa inyo pong oras ngayong umaga. Thank you, Father. Father, hingi lang kami ng gabay sa inyo, ano? Kasi nga po, kahit papaano natapos na yung gulo dyan sa Senado kahapon, we have a new Senate President sa katauhan po nitong si SP Sherwin Gatchalian. Pero meron pong i-file na petition itong kampo ni na dating Senate President Alan Peter Cayetano dyan po sa Supreme Court. Ano po ang mangyayari doon? Magiging moot na po ba yun? Wala na po bang silbi iyon? Paano po ba? Explain nyo sa amin, Father.
Yes, since yung petition na final ni dating Senate President Cayetano ay question yung paghalal kay Senator Gatchalian na bilang Senate Pro Tempore at saka yung meeting ng June 3 it has been whatever might have been the problems with that has been cured by the session yesterday where there were 13 or more senators who elected Senator Gatchalian as Senate President. So yes, the issue has become moot, and normally, kung nagiging moot ang isang issue ay dinidismiss ng hukuman.
Okay. So, if ever man mag-comment po ang Supreme Court, kung sakali man, it is to dismiss yun pong i-final na petition. Yun lang po yun.
Yes. Let me add this, however, Chacha. Sometimes, kahit na naging moot na ang isang issue, sometimes, in rare occasions, the Supreme Court nevertheless issues a ruling so that if anything like this happens again in the future, at least may maliwanag na doktrina tayo. But that doesn't happen all the time. Most of the time, when an issue becomes moot, the Supreme Court dismisses the case because there is no more actual controversy. Pero I just want to add that in some cases, the Supreme Court has ruled even if the issue has already become moot at nang may kasagutan na sa importanteng tanong pag mangyari na naman ito in the years to come.
That's a good point po, Father Rani. Kasi nga po, may binabanggit na 12, 13 constitutional issues. So, para po sa inyong palagay, importante pa rin na talagang magkomento sila at sagutin nila ito para linawin nila kung sa susunod man mangyari po ulit ito.
Yes, but I must emphasize, Chacha, that that's the exception rather than the rule. Kasi sa ilalim ng saligang batas natin, our courts can entertain cases only when there is an actual controversy. And when an issue has become moot, wala ng actual controversy. Yun ang constitutional limitation ng judicial power.
Oo. Kung sasagot...
But, yeah, okay, go ahead, Chacha.
Okay po. Father, kung sasagot man po ang Korte Suprema, ano yung pinakamahalagang constitutional question na dapat po nilang puntuhin dito sa i-final na petition ng kampo ni Senator Cayetano?
Well, number one, they will have to tell us kung they are maintaining the Avellino versus Cuenco ruling. That's one. And number two, they will tell us whether 12 can be a quorum under the circumstances that were present on June 3. Kasi yung circumstances sa June 3 were abnormal circumstances. May isang senador na nagtatago, hindi natin alam kung saan siya. He puts himself beyond the reach of the law. So kung mangyari ang ganon, paano ang bilangan ng quorum? That will be the important question na pwedeng sagutin ng Supreme Court kung gusto niyang magbigay ng pasya.
Opo. Kung gusto ho ng Supreme Court, ano po, sayang nga, Father Rani, kung napaaga sana itong kanilang petition na ito, para na-resolve po yung issue doon sa bilangan po ng majority of the members of the Senate in that particular instance po nung June 3.
But Ted, in our chat group, law deans and law professors, the persuasion, the common persuasion was, since this is a political matter involving senators, the Senate should be left to itself to resolve the issue. Because as much as possible, we would not like the Supreme Court involving itself in political matters. Pero yes, there was a constitutional issue raised, and it would have been a chance for the Supreme Court to clear the air on that issue.
Opo. Yun. Kasi nga din po, kung babasahin po natin nga ngayon, ang pinag-uusapan po natin kasama po si Dean Father Rani, kasi ang kanilang unang prayer nila Ginoong Cayetano et al. Status quo ante order. So wala na po ito. Hindi na po ito mangyayari pa kasi siya mismo na nagsabi na okay na siya kasi meron na silang 13 kahapon. So we have to move on, ika nga po, at maghintay na lang kung mag-intervene pa ho ang Supreme Court dito kung sakasakali. So ganun po ang sitwasyon. Although kahapon meron pang hirit si Senator Loren Legarda at sabi niya nung siya po ay nag-elect kay Cayetano bilang minority leader, sabi niya, without prejudice to the final resolution of the case currently pending before the Supreme Court. Yun ang sabi po ni Ma'am Loren Legarda.
Yeah, well, Lauren always likes to add something controversial, so I wouldn't give much importance to that. No?
Apo. Let it be. Ika nga po ng The Beatles. Okay. So, apo. Father Dean, I'd like to abuse your generosity this morning. Ito po, ngayon pala tanungin ko kayo kasi ngayon na naman po may umuusbong na naman na issue sa magiging impeachment trial and yung pong kinakailangan na boto to convict. Okay, so ito ang sitwasyon natin, Father Rani, right? Meron tayong 24 senators and then meron pong dalawa ngayon na sabi nga po, yung isa, wala pong coercive power ang Senado na obligahing sumipot, si Bato de la Rosa. Si Ginoong Estrada po, suspended na po ng ombudsman, 3 months po ito at nakakulong po ngayon. So meron tayong 22 senador. At ito pong 22 ito ay uupo po bilang mga maestrado, trial court judges starting July 6. Ano ho ba talaga po ang bilangan dito? Sa sinasabi po ng Article 11, under accountability of public officers. Alright, the Senate shall have the sole power to try and decide all cases of impeachment. When sitting for that purpose, the senators shall be on oath or affirmation. When the President of the Philippines is on trial, the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court shall preside, but shall not vote. No person shall be convicted without the concurrence of 2/3 of all the members of the Senate. I repeat, 2/3 of all the members of the Senate. Walang mga kondisyon po dito. Sinasabi lang sa saligang batas, lahat ng miyembro ng Senado, 2/3. Ibig sabihin po, 16 ito sa 24. May nagsasabi ngayon, hindi, dahil 22 na lang yan, dapat 2/3 ng 22. Sabi po naman po ng ilang senador, hindi, papasukin natin si Jingoy Estrada para makasama siya roon sa 24 o magiging 23, etc. Ano po ang inyong kaisipan dito? Ano ba ang sinasabi ng saligang batas when it says 2/3 of all the members of the Senate?
Okay, Ted, let me put it like this. I am aware that most of the people will insist that 2/3 equals 16. That's not the way I read it. Because if you say 2/3 of all senators, you have to ask yourself, how do you determine who are all senators? Number one, Bato de la Rosa
Andali,
is beyond
Father
the
Dean,
reach
Father
of
Dean,
the law.
Father Dean, sandali lang po. I have to beg for your indulgence. Nag-choppy tayo. Importante itong inyong opinion na ito. Can you just test our signal again? Can you say it again from the top po? Yung gusto ho ninyong liwanagin. Nag-choppy po tayo. Hindi na ho namin naintindihan. Go ahead, Father Dean. Yan, nagpuputol-putol. Pakicheck mo ngayon yung linya, please. Sige. Sorry po, Father Dean, ha? We just have to check our line. Naku, kung kailan pa naman importante ho ang ating pag-uusapan. Kasi baka na naman ito ang humantong sa kataas-taasang hukuman na usapin. Yun ho bang 2/3 of all the members of the Senate ay humantong po sa kwestyong legal. Kung sabihin ng iba, 16 yan. Wala nang iba. Let it be 16. Hindi, 22 lang yan eh. So ang 2/3 yan, hindi na 16. Hindi ba? Baka na naman po ito umaabot sa Supreme Court. Huwag naman po sana. Maaga pa lang po, maresolba na ito. Ang akin din nga kasi, kung sakali, doon na tayo sa 16 nang wala nang debate dito. Hindi ba? Kung matibay talagang ebidensya, magkaalaman tayo. At kung handa talaga ang prosecution, iharap nila ang lahat ng katibayan and to convince everyone na hindi nga karapat-dapat ng maglingkod bilang Vice Presidente si Sara Duterte. Balikan natin si Father Dean. Father Dean, go ahead, Father Dean. Sa inyo pong sinasabi kanina. Sorry po, napuputol ang ating linya.
Yes, I understand. I know that most will say that 2/3 of 24 equals 16. That is not my view. And I am not alone in maintaining that. I am of the...
Nako, naputol na naman tayo. Nako, Father Dean. Sandali lang ha. Opo. Pwede ba nating ayusin lang ito, Seth, no? At sa ating technical department, sa ating mga engineers, we will just take a short break, mga kapatid. Ano po, humihingi kami ng pangunawa po sa mga kapakinig natin and more importantly kay Father Dean. Kasi nga po ito ho'y may istorbo pero importante ang isyong ito. Oras ngayon, alas 8:42 na. Hatid sa atin ng Boss Mastery Coffee. Boss Mastery Coffee, alam mo na kaagad. Amoy pa lang quality coffee beans at puno ng sangkap na galing sa Mangosteen with Sandtone. Na may po sa ating kalusugan, pangangatawan. Boss Mastery Coffee, kapeng Mangosteen sa sarap. Available yan sa Mercury Drug, Watson, 7-Eleven, Southside Drug at mga piling supermarkets nationwide. Thank you very much, Boss Mastery Coffee. Kape, Mangosteen, sarap. At sa ating po mga kababayan sa abroad sa mga overseas Filipino workers, kaliwat kanan ho ba ang inyong padala ng inyong remittance, padala ng pera sa Pilipinas, may bayad ba yung kada remit? Abay kung ganon, mag-BDO Pay na po tayo. BDO Pay, isang remit lang sa BDO Kabayan Savings mo, libre na po lahat ng mga susunod na send money transactions sa kahit na anong BDO account. Pwede rin pong gamitin yung BDO Pay to pay bill sa Pilipinas kahit nasaan ka pa. Basta lamang may laman ang Kabayan Savings mo, libre na yan. Kaya download na ng BDO Pay app now na. At kung wala ka pang BDO Kabayan Savings, visit any BDO branch to open. O diba, uulitin ko magbukas ng BDO Kabayan Savings, mag-download ng BDO Pay app, lahat ng money remittance, lahat ng pagbabayad ng bills, wala na pong bayad yan. Di nakatipid ka, very fast, practical pa. Basta lamang may laman ang BDO Kabayan Savings mo. Yan nga po ang Alagang Kabayan and BDOs regulated by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. At ang mga deposito po insured by PDIC up to 1 million pesos per depositor. Balikan natin si Father Dean. Father Dean, sorry talaga sa istorbo. As you were saying, sir, Father?
Yes, I'm sure that many will say that 2/3 of 24 equals 16. That is not my view, however, and I think that Justice Carpio and I also have the same view na ang dapat bilangan, binibilang lang yung mga senador na pwedeng makinig sa kaso at kumatol, no? Ngayon, sa umiiral na sitwasyon sa Senado, hindi pwedeng makialam si Bato kasi hindi natin alam saan siya. And much besides, the moment he is arrested, he is to be surrendered to The Hague. Hindi rin pwedeng makialam si Jinggoy Estrada because the order of suspension has precisely the effect of preventing him from exercising the duties and functions of his office. So there are only 22 functional senators, and therefore, pag binilang mo ang 2/3, it should be 2/3 of the 22 functional senators.
Yung pong kaisipan ng isang senador na si Senator Jinggoy daw po ay maaaring suspended bilang senador pero iba daw pong entity yung pong pagiging judge sa impeachment court at maaari daw ho siyang mag-function as a judge. Yung po ay isa ho lang naman nakaisipan. Anong tingin niyo doon, Father?
I don't think that is a reasonable interpretation because a judge is one who hears evidence, one who asks questions, and one who casts votes. Jinggoy cannot do that because precisely the order of suspension prevents him from functioning in any of those capacities. Let's not forget na kahit na ibang function ang trial, impeachment trial, still it is the senators as senators who sit as judges in an impeachment court. So, pag suspendido si Jinggoy bilang senador, he is also suspended as a judge of the impeachment court.
Yung nga din pong sabi ho ng ibang legal minds na hindi mo pa pwedeng ihiwalay yun, no? Kasi as public official, yung suspension mo sakop na lahat nun as public official. Yun po ang sinasabi nga ng iba.
Exactly, and you know, Ted, many people keep saying that the function of an impeachment court judge is different from the function of a senator. That is not completely correct, because Article 11 of the Constitution is very clear that it is the senators as senators who sit as judges in an impeachment court. So pag sinuspindi ka bilang senador, you are also suspended as a judge of the impeachment court.
Opo. So, Father Dean, sa pagbubukas po ng mismong sesyon ng impeachment court, is it wise for them to address this issue? Kung ano ba ang threshold ng conviction?
Well, yes, that's one thing that they should fix ahead of time. In fact, they already made a very good move in that they decided to amend the rules to allow another senator other than the Senate President to preside. Kasi alam nila na masyadong technical kung minsan ang pagprepresenta ng ebidensya at kailangan mong ang isang abogado ng preside. So I think they decided that Senator Escudero would preside. No?
Opo. Yun nga po. O sige, so kami po, tayong lahat ay nakaantabay. Today po ang kanilang pre-trial conference. At ang start daw po ng trial ay July 6. May panawagan po, Father Dean, na gawing bukas itong mga konferensyang ito sa publiko. Meron ganun pong grupo ngayon na nanindigan na hindi dapat ito confidential, dapat mapanood din ng taong bayan, malaman ano ba pinag-uusapan ninyo sa mga pre-trial conference na ito. What's your take on that?
Well, I don't see any reason why the pre-trial conference should not be open to the public. After all, sa pre-trial, what will happen is number one, they will state the evidence that each side has, and they will arrive at the so-called stipulations. In other words, for example, can we stipulate that at the time in question, the respondent was DepEd secretary, and if both sides say yes, then that shortens the proceedings because instead of having to prove that will be admitted by both parties. So, I don't see any reason kung bakit dapat confidential yun. I think it should be open to the public.
Okay. Sige po, sa Father Dean, as always, kami po'y natuto po dito po sa ating ugnayan na ito at kami muli iistorbo sa inyo kung kinakailangan, Father Dean.
Anytime, Ted. Anytime.
Mabuhay. Thank you. Si Father Ranilio Aquino, ang Dean ng San Beda Graduate School of Law.
Mga kapatid, patuloy po kayong tumutok sa 105.9 True FM para sa totoong balita, impormasyon, music and entertainment. Mag-subscribe sa aming YouTube channel at podcast at sundan nyo kami sa Facebook, Instagram, X at TikTok sa True Network PH. Bisitahin din po ang aming official website, truefm.ph. At panoorin din kami sa True TV Signal, Channel 19. Kami po ang 105.9 True FM. Laging true sa'yo, kapatid.
Ito tayo sa totoo, tunay at tapat.